Good evening, folks. This is Steve, and this is A Voice Crying in the Wilderness. Happy New Year! I wanted to take the opportunity to wish everybody out there and all the people who watch this channel a very happy New Year. And as you can see, I got a little bit of a different background. And before I get into today's message, I first want to take the opportunity to thank some of the people that gave me gifts this Christmas. And I also want to thank the people who gave me this wonderful tripod that's in front of me with this wonderful light. And I am going to be making a few changes to the channel. I might have some different backgrounds, but I'm working on possibly getting my computer updated so I can get a better background to do some of these messages. But it's still in the transition. But my message today is, what are your goals for 2023? Are you going to make the decision to follow Jesus? If you are, then this message is for you. Are you going to do things differently now than you did in 2022? Well, now is the great opportunity to start in making that happen. If you're in a church, if you go every Sunday, are you engaging with the people that are there? Are you getting to know others? Are you talking to other people? Are you going out into the communities and reaching other people in your community to follow Jesus? If not, this is a great time to get started. And as you know, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And as my brother James Carter says in Indiana, the One World Church is coming, and we all need to be ready. And it is time to stop sitting on our hands. It is time that we need to get down on our hands and knees, and we need to learn how to follow Jesus. And that means doing whatever you can, even if it means you have to give up everything for Jesus. And what does it mean to give everything up for Jesus? Well, there's several verses in the Bible that state that. First is 1 John 2:15 through 17. And it goes like this: do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is not in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and pride of life, is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires. But whoever does the will of God abides forever. There's something in Luke 14:33. It says, so therefore, any of you who does not renounce all that he is can be my disciple. Another one is Matthew 16:24. Then Jesus told his disciples, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And lastly, Mark 10:21. And Jesus, looking at him, loved him and said to him, you lack one thing. Go, sell all that you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. So there's a very important verses. So I ask all of you out there, Christians, all people who go to church and are maybe they're new believers or they're not following Christ, have you made a commitment this year? Have you made a New Year's resolution that you're going to follow God and make a commitment to follow Jesus, engage with people that you may not necessarily know, or go after people that may not know Christ, or new people that come to church? Are you going out of your way to introduce yourself? Tell them who you are. Invite them into your church family. Get to know them. Spend time with them. It is very important that, depending on how long you've been at church, there are a lot of new people that walk in and they don't know very many people, and a lot of places can seem just downright cold. It is your job to be welcoming to that person. It is your job to engage them, talk to them, pray with them, get to know them. Now, I just watched the last message with my brother James, and as from what I've been able to gather, the one of the pastors at his church is about to retire. And I know seems right out of, I know this seems like a very bold statement coming from me, but I actually think that Brother James would be probably a perfect candidate for pastor of United Brethren Church in Zanesville, Indiana. Now, I don't know if he's going to take up that challenge, but it would be interesting. I think he would be a perfect candidate. The only thing is that becoming a pastor of a new church always comes with risks, and I always understand there's a lot of things that go on in the church, and when you have a new pastor, politics always gets in the way, and there may be some people in the congregation that might take him as pastor and might accept him, but then there might be others that might be there, and maybe they don't like his style of preaching, or maybe he might say something that he quotes something from the Bible, and there might be a few people, maybe some elders in the church, and they might say, you know what? I don't like the way you're preaching. You're being too offensive. So there could be issues with that as well. So everything comes with risk. But I'm saying if they don't find a pastor, I'm saying that Brother James would be probably an ideal candidate. Maybe not a pastor. Maybe he could be an assistant pastor. Maybe he could be on the elder board, or whatever he could do to be somewhat involved in the church. And I realize he has a calling, but if it comes to the point where they can't find a pastor and he's the ideal candidate, I would encourage my brother James to take up that challenge and just be maybe be the pastor for temporarily, be an assistant pastor, or have somewhat of a role in that church and shaping that church for the next generation. So that's kind of what I would probably encourage my brother James to do. Other than that, I want to talk about some goals that we can look ahead toward 2023, at least this year. One of it is just eating right, eating healthy. Another thing is possibly setting up a budget. Are you people out there saving enough money? Are you saving for retirement? Do you have a budget set up? There's a lot of things that you need to at least try to start doing. If you haven't set that up, this would be an awesome time to start setting up for a budget. There are millions of people out there, they make New Year's resolutions, and they usually never keep them. Well, this is a great opportunity to start now. Start setting some goals. Start looking ahead to the future. Start thinking about retirement. Don't buy things you don't necessarily need. Just set up a food budget. Eat stuff at home. Try to eat healthier. So those are some things you can do. Read your Bible. When it comes to listening to people on the internet, whether it be pastors or prophets, it's okay to listen to them, but I would still encourage you is to just make up your own mind. Always read your Bible. Don't even listen to me when I'm telling you. I would just encourage you, just get down, pray about it, and just, continue to read your Bible. Don't take what I'm saying as just what to believe. I always make your own decisions, but it's always important to just think about it and just always have a game plan for the future. And this is certainly a very good year to get started. So as you can see, I got a little bit of a background here, but I love this tripod with the light on it. It's very awesome looking. But as I'm looking at you in the camera here, so I'm trying to look my very best. But I think it's very important for everyone out there is to start learning to live for Christ and setting goals for 2023. And I want to make this video very briefly as possible. I've said I just want to continue to pray for my brother James Carter in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and also that church in Zanesville, Indiana. I would encourage him to get down on his knees, and I would encourage you, sir, to pray about maybe becoming a pastor of Zanesville United Brethren Church if you're needed, and if not, maybe become an assistant pastor, maybe be on the elder board, or maybe some way where you can be at least somewhat involved in maybe searching for a pastor or somewhat being involved in shaping that church. And I know, brother, that you are called to something great. And that is why I'm encouraging you, sir, is to just get down on your knees, pray about it, and maybe somewhat be a part of that church and get involved. And maybe you can draft something, work something out, and draft something where you can at least shape the vision of that church for the next generation. So I'm very glad that you have found a church, but it is something to think about. As for everybody here, I just wanted to take the opportunity to wish everybody a very happy new year. And there's a lot of good things I'm hoping will be coming for the channel. I'm hoping I'll have a different background. I'm working on getting maybe an updated computer or possibly some newer equipment. And everything is in transition because I want to be able to make some better videos. But I just want to, hopefully everybody takes what I say to heart and everybody is all ready for the 2023. And I just wish everybody a very happy new year. And hopefully I will be back sometime in the future or sometime within the next few months with different videos and more verses and share what's on my mind. But I think it is very important for all of us to start setting some goals, start living for Christ. And this is probably a great opportunity to do it with it being a brand new year. And I think the best time is we shouldn't wait to decide whether to follow Jesus. We should be doing it now. So this is Steve from Chicago. This is A Voice Crying in the Wilderness. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.